Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो खारी राय सो खारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you, live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy. Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was clearing some of the WhatsApps. Swamiji, I am extremely disturbed. I am such in depression, so much of work pressure. I don't know what I should do. Please help me. Please help me. What should I help? At the most, I can wash your dishes. Then I wrote, get yourself involved in physical activities. Go for walks, do gardening, clean the house at least once in a year. It is necessary that we should be able to interact in the light of the knowledge that we gather in satsang. So whenever we are disturbed, there is somebody at the scene. Now find out, is this all? We don't come to a cul-de-sac. Difficulties come, stay and go. That's how the life is. But whenever we are disturbed and we are in a low spirit, understand that we need an intravenous of satsang. Listen to satsang. And then there is nothing like some special message for a particular individual. I think I referred to you. One girl, she asked me, she took one of my books. Swamiji, please autograph. No, no, not like that. Like what? Angutha rako? No, give some message for me. I said, in the book, is it a massage or what? Then for me, see, that I is strong. Whenever the I is strong, the following symptoms happen. We require special attention. I told you very simple way. Spiritual life is becoming commoner than the commonest. We don't want recognition from even God. He should forget us. If you remember, he'll trouble us. Whenever we are disturbed, our I is becoming very strong. So to that girl I wrote, if you can understand my silence, then you will understand my words. Swamiji, what does it mean? I say, ek lagaunga. Then you will understand. See? There is nothing special about anything in this world. Relax, relax. Therefore, listen to some music, go for walks, count the leaves on the tree. In short, keep yourself occupied. And then one day, by God's grace, we come to know. Real spiritual practice is we are at peace with ourselves. That's it. So whatever things are happening in this world, they will continue to happen. Somebody is born, somebody dies, then something accidents happen. All this is all the game of life. There is nothing that we can do. But one of the struggle that all of us go through is we want to be someone special, be common. Janan api medhavi jadaval lokam achare. Live as a dumb person. I don't know. Relax. And for that, our this Maha Mantra, the happy mantra, if you chant it sincerely, don't worry about the world. What is this kind of mantra? We know Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. What you understood? Mantranat Mananat Trayate. That when you reflect on that, it will help us to protect us from ourselves. There was one BA, British Airways air hostess, Indian origin. So once she told, Swamiji, my marriage is so and so, you please come for the marriage. It is in Mumbai only. I said, look here, I don't know whether I will be able to come or not, but after marriage, you come and meet me. So she came. That time I was having one Rudraksha in my hand, I was playing. So, Swamiji, bless me. So I said, take this Rudraksha. No, 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 you have to tie it around my neck. So, thread tied. Now, what is the blessing? Blessing is, may you protect yourself from yourself. He said, what kind of blessing is this? Especially for you. Atmaiva Atmano Bandhu, Atmaiva Ripuratmanaha. We are our friend and we are our enemy. In and through all our talks, one point I shamelessly emphasize again and again. Mind your mind. The rest of the thing, don't worry about the world. तो लोग कहेंगे. When we thus start working on the mind, then you will discover many facets of the mind. One aspect of our mind is it cannot remain quiet without talking. What is the reason? The reason is the diet of the mind is time, space, and object. Because time, space, and object comes out of the mind. Now it wants to honor it, respect it. So keeps on getting involved with time, space, and object. Now, how it gets involved? It starts talking about the past, worrying about the future, and discussing about the things. And this is all done by talking either to others or to oneself. When we suspend this process of talking, mind disappears. Then that mind is like a mirror. Very much quiet, alert, vigilant. That is the quality of a sincere seeker of truth. All the time getting agitated. No, relax, relax. And therefore, these two things which I told you. Don't talk to yourself. And before we talk to others, one of the Mahamantra which I told you, I learned it. I am not telling from reading from some book. My experience I am telling you. When I told that Amma, I had decided no more lectures, enough is enough. She asked me, who asked you? See, how many things we keep on talking? Is it necessary? But then it is like a, when the vomit comes, बोलना ही है. One of the highest spiritual practice. I am not telling don't talk to others, talk to others. But stop talking to yourself. You know the net result? When you don't talk to yourself, you will not like to talk to others. Right now, a simple experiment. Do not talk to yourself for 1 minute. Future dropped. When we talk to ourselves, it's about the future. Now, how simple? When I said don't talk to yourself, I did not mention that don't talk among yourself. When you are at peace with yourself, you don't like to talk to others. Otherwise, constantly, caw, 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 caw. And to protect us from ourselves, this I learned from one Mahatma in Delhi. He asked me, how much time you chant Lord's name? I said, nothing, sometime. No, not like that. I am not asking you the mala. You should keep on chanting Lord's name continuously. How? He told me this technique. In the morning, you get up, take the toothbrush, toothpaste and brush. So till your brush is done, keep on chanting. Suppose you brush twice per day, and each time 5 minutes. 10 minutes you are chanting Lord's name. So be greedy to increase the time spent in his thought. Then when you climb the steps, with every step, when you go for a walk, that is why I was not talking. When you go for a walk, with every step, chant Lord's name. Mind needs a rhythm. When we were in our mother's womb, the first thing that we experience in life in the womb is the heartbeat of the mother. And that is why these mothers, what they do when the child is not sleeping, crying, they put the child in the lap and create a horrible rhythm. Yeah, enough, okay, I'll keep quiet. So, discover rhythm in your life. So when you are walking, rhythm is there. With that chant Lord's name. But then we keep on talking, talking, talking. Friends, nobody can help us in this. We have to work ourselves on this. This, for calculation purpose, I told you, this calculation comes in Taittiriya Upanishad. If somebody is if somebody is young and the, ruling the whole earth, he has got a beautiful and intelligent wife. All impossible things. Huh? He is young, he is ruling the world, he has got intelligent, beautiful wife, and there are no enemies or anything. What will be his happiness? So, for understanding purpose, this is one unit of human happiness. Then, like this, 100 units of human happiness is one unit of this Gandharva happiness. Then, one unit of Gandharva happiness multiplied by 100, so 100 units of Gandharva happiness is Devata happiness. It goes on adding, adding, adding. To such an extent, ultimately says that we have to stop adding zeros. Ultimately, all this, much more than this, is the happiness when you are at peace with yourself. No efforts. Similar calculations with reference to the other way around. When we physically work for 8 hours, the energy consumption is suppose n unit, n1. Like that, 100 times n units is the energy consumption when we talk for 1 hour. Now this is the second, that is talk, therefore T1. So how much is the energy consumption for talking? 100 times the physical work. Then 100 times the energy requirement for talking for 1 hour is required for intensely contemplating and thinking for 15 minutes. Judges don't work 7 days a week. They work only for 3 days a week. Because their work is thinking. You have to study the case, see the rules, regulations, laws, and then they are giving a judgment on somebody's life. It can't be just like that. Friends. Now, if this calculation is clear, is it required to be told that lesser we talk, less energy expenditure? And this talking happens at two levels, to ourselves and to others. So you start, I call this as commode yoga. When you land on the commode in the morning, think of me. Are commode yoga, huh? Now, till the job is done, you are not going to talk. Now, what happens? When the talking is suspended, it is something like wrinkles are erased. Then where the wrinkles have gone? They have not come from outside. In the same manner, every word is coming out of the mind. The mind is the cause, words are the thoughts. When we observe this, do not talk to yourself. You know what is the net result? Net result is mind is in a process of getting dissolved in pure consciousness. Now, who wants to die? Mind also doesn't want to die. Therefore, mind will give suggestions. But we are told only 1 minute. No, give it a try. Be greedy. Increase more and more, more. And when we talk to others, these are the two areas where a seeker should be strictly observing. First is talking to oneself, and second is talking to others. Before we talk, ask a question to yourself, not to others, yourself. Is it necessary to talk? How important it is. By this, we conserve our energy. And then we are no more a problem to ourselves and also to others. Laugh, giggle, jokes, everything is perfect. Constantly, caw, 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 caw. That must be suspended. So, we are not able to do it, okay, then start chanting Lord's name. So, 10 minutes brushing time is chanting. Climbing the step, chanting. Suppose you climb in a day for 5 minutes, 15 minutes, booked for the Lord. Go for a walk with every step. Hari Om, Hari Om. Slowly, slowly, you will get addicted to this. Then you are not tired. When we went to Kailash and all that, there was one Gujarati couple very close to me. They said, Swamiji, we are doing it, you have to do it before we go to Kailash. I said, what for? You have to buy shoes, break the shoes. That means put them for a few days. And then every day you should walk at least 4 to 5 kilometers. Then you will get accustomed to walk there. We have to walk a lot. I said, okay, I'll do it. I never did it. And when we were walking that distance for 3 days, I was heading all of them and all those who have practiced for 2 months, 3 months. Somebody, how it is? I said, because you talk. Remain quiet. All energy is conserved. Therefore, spiritual practice is this. देखो, सुनो, मत बोलो. Each and every mantra you take. But this should be practiced on oneself, not on others. Otherwise, words without meaning is a noise. Like this mantra which I told, Mrutyunjaya Mahamantra. What we have understood? It will have effect, but the expected effect will not be there. Like we take any medicine, Allegra, for example. We don't know how it works, but it will work. In the same manner, this mantra will work to some extent. But the purpose for what the mantra is will not be attained by us. Now take the same mantra. What this mantra tells us, Om Trambakam Jajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukam Iva Bandhanat Mrityur Mukshya Mamata. So Trambakam Jajamahe Shivji. Immediately what comes in front of our eyes? The three eyes. Trambakam Jajamahe. I do the prayers, offer Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam. And I get the Bilva Patra and the Sugandham, all then I will become strong, Pushtivardhanam. Urvarukamiyo Bandhanat. Like the cucumber separates from the mother plant, may I be separated from this world, but may I not be separated from the truth. This is the original mantra. It has to go deep inside. So Trambakam Yajamahe. Ambakam is eyes. So we have three eyes: waker, dreamer, deep sleeper. Trambakam Yajamahe. So I am invoking that which is supporting the waker and his waking experiences, dreamer and his dream experiences, and deep sleeper and his deep sleeper experience. Trambakam Yajamahe. Bhagavad Gita, Vedaisya Sarvi Ahamiva Vidya. Trambakam Yajamahe. Sugandhim. Su means sushtu, perfect, beautiful, correct. Sushtu. Gam is gati. What is the ultimate destination that we are seeking? D is understanding. O Lord, let us be one with the divine. Sugandhim. Nothing in this worldly thing. They will continue to like this. And when we thus invoke our own being, Pushtivardhanam, so a spiritual seeker is not dependent on external things, but inner confidence. Atma Vishwas and Paramatma Vishwas. Atma, Paramatma being one. So, Atma Vishwas, self-confidence, and Paramatma Vishwas, grace of the Lord. So, what we call as grace of the God is manifesting in us as the self-confidence. What we call the power in electricity manifests in the bulb as light. Both the places, it is the same reality. In one, it is unmanifest, in other, it is manifest. And then, what will be the right way of living in this world? Sugandhim, right way of living, understanding. What is that? Urva Rukam Iva. The cucumber or any like pumpkin never separate from the mother plant. It keeps on attached. In the same manner, we may continue to live our day-to-day life, but not detach ourselves from the mother. So mrityur mukshiya, may I lead in the relative world, but not get influenced by the limitations of the relative world. Mrityu is not only the death of the body. Childhood went, death. Teenage came, birth. Teenage went, death. Middle age came, birth. Middle age went, death. Old age came, birth. Old age will go. When did we die? Gandhim Pushtivardhanam. Urvarukam iva. And the cucumber is mature enough but never separates itself from the mother plant. In the same manner, we continue to lead our life. Whatever are our roles, that we play perfectly well. But at the same time, we are not forgetting our oneness with the divine. And if our bulb is attached to the power line, expression will be light. If we are in tune with the divine, expression will be happiness. In this manner, when we are leading our spiritual life, slowly, worldly things will not have much impact on us. And then you start learning. At this point also I told you 100 times. Learning is spiritual practice. Learning from our own experience. Nobody can teach us anything. We have to learn from ourselves. Therefore, one example I have given many times. After washing clothes, they are dried, I like to do ironing. In that time, I learned the highest of my life. Wrinkles don't come from outside. They were inherent, unmanifest in the cloth. When the right time came, right opportunity came, they became manifest. They didn't come out from outside. So when we move the iron on that, where do they go? This is clear. Similarly, the ornaments don't come from outside on the gold. They were unmanifest. Similarly, the waves in the ocean do not come from outside. They are unmanifest and inherent in the ocean. Exactly the same way. Every thought doesn't come from outside. It is inherent, unmanifest in the mind. And when the iron is moved, thoughts, the wrinkles gone, the beauty of the cloth surfaces. But in USA, we don't bother for ironing the clothes. Directly come out of the dryer and goes on the very simple people. Lazy. Who will do it? And when everybody puts the same way, then it's okay. Friends. So when we are thus able to recognize that wrinkles hide the beauty of the cloth, in the same manner, the thoughts hide the beauty of our divinity. How simple it is. Work on it. Nobody can. But we are extremists. To be an extremist is easy. Eat to eat, eat to eat. Or don't eat at all. Not difficult. Difficult is eat all the 3 times. but every time little. But when we sit, as if this is the last supper, dabav, and thereafter, "Hmm, आज जरा ज्यादा ही हो गया." युक्ताहार विहारस्य युक्त चेष्टस्य कर्म आहार विहार balance कर्मसु चेष्टसु how much we get involved in anything yukta swapnava bodhasya how much we keep on talking to others talk to ourselves then yogo bhavati dukkha dukkha means the destroyer of miseries then yoga becomes an asset therefore friends spiritual life is not becoming extraordinary remain cheerful happy nothing to do nowhere to go. We don't have to please anybody in this world. Don't try to make anybody happy. God has failed to make us happy. And we, the miserable, want to make others happy. अपनी औकात पहचानो. Don't become serious in life. Take life lightly. And when this becomes our practice, ultimately it becomes our nature. So to conclude, she has to go. So to conclude, we have two natures. One is our essential nature. Second is our acquired nature. Like sweetness is the essential nature of sugar. Acquired nature, it could be cubes, it could be syrup, it could be powder, it could be crystals. Acquired nature. Acquired nature is subject to change. Essential nature is not subject to change. Exactly the same way. All of us have these two natures. Essential nature is divine. Acquired nature is our swabhava. Commenting, advising, getting involved in anybody's life, whether wanted or not. The acquired nature. See, here none of us do that, but has anybody ever imagined that somebody is born with a cigarette in the mouth and lighter in the hand? No. How do we start? So first we one cigarette we smoke, then second, third, then we come to a point that the cigarette starts smoking us. And then we suffer because of that acquired nature. And one day it so happens that we give up smoking. You see that old man who gives up smoking, he is telling everybody, do you know, one elderly brigadier told me this old man, 80, on the airport, Swamiji, good news. Getting married again or what? No, 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 no. Then I have given up smoking. He was telling like a child. See, like the children. See, do you know Swamiji? ABCD? Yes. Say A K T P. Not that. Then basically, and they want to show off that they can chant all the 26 letters fast. Show off. So happiness. Like that. Innocent happiness on an 80-year-old man. Swamiji, I give no smoking. त्यागे नैके अमृतत्व मानस. Acquired nature is our responsibility. And real spiritual practice is we have to give up our acquired nature. And our acquired nature, we glorify it by the dumb word in the world, love. Because I am victim of that, I know it. Swamiji, I love you. Please eat this thing. But I don't want you. No, no, no. With such a great love I prepared for you. अरे कोई डब्बा है क्या? लाद दे जाओ. That is the reason I chant God's name to remove the sins of telling lies. Friends, therefore, don't become too much emotional and then नहीं तो नहीं. How does it matter? क्या फर्क पड़ता है? महामंत्र क्या फर्क पड़ता है? The net result will be we will be conquering our acquired nature, like wrinkles are the acquired on the cloth. When they are removed, the essential nature, the divinity will surface. And the divinity surfaces when we have got rid of all the grahas. Many people have got lot of things, everywhere, in their everything. Somebody asked me, oh, Swamiji, you don't put on this. I said, no, because I believe in eating. So what is that? See, if you have got those rings here, everywhere, and if you have to enjoy kadhi, it will not come, it will go through the holes. So I don't want that. Shani Graha, Mangal Graha, Budh Graha, those grahas are not that troublesome as much Duragraha. We insist for every small little thing. Only once. Will you do it? No, I do. It's okay, no problem. No, 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 no. Hare Ram, 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 Ram. See? You are all victims of your partners. I have to go through 365 days around the world. Somebody, please, no. Therefore, our acquired nature is our problem. If we have acquired, we have to give up. If we start smoking, we have to give up. About this also I told you one event which happened in Noida many years before. After my talk was over, one big military personnel's wife, she came. She said, Swamiji, I want your blessing. I said, free download, take as much as you. No, you have to tell me. I said, what I have to tell you? Stop smoking. I said, why should I tell you? No, I am smoking too much. When you will tell, your words will have power and then I will be able to stop. I said, I don't want to waste my power in smoking. Then I said, why should I tell you? You stop it. No, but why you don't want to tell? Mama, when you started smoking, did you invite me? Swamiji, this is no my first cigarette. Will you please inaugurate? You started, you stop. Nayamatma balahine labhya. The truth is not for those who are dropouts in life. Discover your inner strength. And inner strength is if we are not the victims of our own wrong notions. We become possessive of things. No. Therefore, if we have started smoking, continue smoking. But why don't you tell me? Again the same question. I said, Mama, when you walk with the cigarette in your mouth, I am reminded of 1857 steam engine going. And second benefit is when you smoke, such a fragrance comes from your mouth. Even mosquitoes don't come near you. And third, your heart, your chest remain always warm. These days people are cold, you are warm. Fourth, you are doing such a great service to the tobacco farmers. धन्य है आप, धन्य है. She became so frustrated. I said, if this frustration can help you get rid of the cigarette, it's better. Okay, I will give up. I said, if you are giving up, are you obliging me or what? You smoke and die, who cares? See, friends, if we imagine Guru Maharaj, and if the Guru Maharaj puts you in bondage, he is making you your slave. Here's the freedom. Don't hang around anybody in this world. Discover the same body in your heart in the form of your ability to learn from every experience. Keep Bhagwan Dattatreya in front of you. He has 24 gurus. No guru came and taught him anything. He did not have satsang with the space. No space. हाँ बैठो बेटा मैं सिखाता हूँ. No. He learned. This principle we have to adopt. There is no way out. That is the reason we don't get into giving diksha and then mantra and all that. It is, tying you down. You are free. Grow wise. Once you are clear about it, thereafter it continues. Then you are in tune with the divine. Otherwise, we get so much lost in these all mechanical things. I'll tell you, one of my friend is no more. He told me, Swamiji, you have to take this Shri Yantra Diksha. I said, okay, take. Very good friend. He took me to one Mahatma, 98, not out. Hardly any teeth in his mouth. Talking only Gujarati. And while talking, there used to be spray coming on the face. Old one. So, with his family, grandchildren, everybody, puja doing well. So he said, not today. Come on that day. Again, after about 15 days, I went there. With the same friend. He was after me. You have to take the Diksha. Then, that all the 16 mantras were given. And thereafter, whatever he asked me to do, that I did. Then my friend told me, now, for each mantra you have to do, offer the ahuti in the fire, and so many lakhs of ahuti you have to offer. They forget about it, I cannot do it. Take your diksha back. Nobody had to do it. I said, I will not listen to you. I will ask that old man who gave me this thing. Then I asked him. I said, he told me that I had to do this thing. Is it that I have to do? He said, no, you don't have to do all that. What you are doing is the ultimate in life. See? And what he said, I find by giving diksha to somebody fulfillment after giving you. Now hereafter I am not going to give to anybody. See? So we have to rise above mechanical things. Start working on your mind. Working on the mind is learning from everyday experience. Then life becomes very light. You don't become Gambhirananda all the time. What happened? What to do यहाँ जब से वेदांत का रोग हो गया No. Relax, relax, relax and go to sleep in satsang. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha